Welcome back for another episode of Full Steam Ahead, where we discuss all things STEM, but with a twist of art. Our goal is to encourage the next generation of STEM leaders, bring our experiences to life, and encourage you to reach your full potential. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are, wherever you're listening to this. I hope you are having a great day or had a great day. Welcome to Full Steam Ahead. I've got Shar and Allante with me today. We've got a very interesting and exciting topic to talk to you about. It's something that we all could use more of. If you had a week like me, then you definitely need a little OSOM. So that stands for out of sight, out of mind time. So I'll just start off with a little something that I did find. Article from Forbes on tips about better work-life balance. So it starts off, these days, work-life balance can seem like an impossible feat. Technology makes workers accessible around the clock. Fears of job loss, incentive, long hours. In fact, a whopping 94% of working professionals reported working more than 50 hours per week. I was one of those this week. And nearly half said they worked more than 65 hours per week in a Harvard Business School survey. Experts agree the compounding stress from the never-ending workday is damaging. It can hurt relationships, health, and overall happiness. Work-life balance means something different to every individual. But here, health and career experts share tips to help you find the balance that's right for you. So let's just take a quick glance at a couple things that they talked about. So let go of perfectionism, unplug, exercise and meditate, limit time-wasting activities and people, change the structure of your life, start small, build from there. All right, so I'm just going to let that sit with you all for a little bit, and we're going to jump back to it. But for right now, we're going to kick it off with lessons in the trap. Let's go ahead, Allante.
Yes. Okay, so what's up, y'all? Hey. I feel like last time I was on, I was talking about Big Sean again, probably, but like it's March, 313 happened, March 13th, which is like our area code, and I've been on it. It's been working out. Yeah, y'all had 314. Yes,
we do 314.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
I've been, huh? You love
I feel left out.
Sorry. Right. Sorry. But been loving Big Sean like heavy lately, and I've been listening to it when I go to the gym. And so Lucky Me on again Detroit 2 has been like my song for the last 2 weeks. Like when I'm leaving the gym, I blasted in my car, like blasted as loud as I can. And at the song is a story. Yeah, woo, that's cool. But there's a part where the beat drops, and then he says, "Lucky me, pressure's what I eat." And for some reason, I'm like, yes, oh my God, that's my jam. Like, I really be so hyped right then. Like, pressure's what I eat. I just feel like, you know, as a Black woman, it's just like, oh, you said we got a challenge. Like, I do this. Like, it's easy. So that's one from the trap. It's lucky me, because it's like we are blessed to be in the position that we're in. And yes, it's high pressure, but pressure what we eat. That's what I got.
Nice. Yeah, he actually just dropped a video for that. I want to say either yesterday or earlier this week.
Yeah, I need to check it out.
I need to check it out too. I was gonna watch it last night, but I didn't want to fall asleep during the commercial. I was tired. So.
My favorite song on that album is "Wolves" with Post Malone.
Yeah.
I like that song.
This is number 2.
Mine is Deep Reverence, I believe. My bad.
Number 3.
Oh, with Nipsey.
Yeah.
Shar, you want to go ahead?
Okay. So, I came prepared today. I actually been listening to Solange, the album with Cranes in the Sky. Was it At the Table?
Yes, that's the table.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the album. Yeah. And so, I picked lyrics from Don't Wish Me Well, because she say, Look what remains for ashes where they claim my name. They say I change. What pity if I stayed the same. thinking that everything is funny, but don't say when the joke's on you. And I'm going all the way, but I'll leave the light on. You know, I love that because it's like you change. You know, like people are evolving, and it's kind of like how people expect you to stay the same, or they expect certain things, and it's like, no, I'm constantly evolving. It's not that day one, stay this way, I've been this way, like, no. And so I love that. It's like, you know, I'm going all the way, you know, but I'll leave the light on for you, but I'm going all the way. You know, I love it.
That's real.
So, I like that.
Okay, cool. Mine is, you know, I'm a huge J. Cole fan. But I was listening to, I took it back to like 2013 from his Truly Yours mixtape. And there's a song on there. It's the first Truly Yours. And I think it's like song number 3. It's called Rise Above. So it's a whole line that I'm about to spit. And I think it really pertains to, you know, things we've been seeing for years. Things that I know a lot of educators, especially the ones that teach middle school, you know, high school, elementary school, can relate to. So he says, little boys barely read, try to give them what they need, and they don't even try. One little boy, he caught her eye because he looked just like her brother. She be having to call his mother, but she don't care. What father? He ain't there. Now she frustrated, thinking that she just made the mistake of her life. Underpaid, be having the waitress at night. 6 years of college down the drain, drinking, trying to drown the pain. Party with the girls, feeling sorry for the world. Cause ain't no hope for the youth. Well, ain't that the truth? When all your role models either rapping or they hoop. Damn. So that was kind of long,
So
but
real.
I think it makes a lot of sense. And the reason why, you know, I think it's important for us to have this space for those of us in STEM and STEAM to come together, because we either have to look at either rappers and basketball players or actors, actresses a lot of the time and kind of draw some sort of inspiration from that indirectly, as opposed to just seeing it right there in our face. Like, I didn't just know a lot of engineers growing up, you know, that I could turn to and ask questions to. And so to me, this line is basically saying, you know, or these lines rather, those seem to be the only role models for Black and brown people. Like, this is what you need to look at. So, you know, it's something that we need to change, something that we've got to, you know, kind of shift around some. So that's what that meant to me. I just thought it was dope. And then it also hit on, you know, spending a lot of time in college, and then sometimes you feel like, dang, I really made a mistake, you know, but you really got to keep pushing. And, you know, that whole working 2 jobs or multiple jobs and it's still not feeling like you bring it home enough is, I can only imagine. Yep. But okay, that's it for my segment of lessons in trap. Okay, now we're going to jump into nature versus nurture, where we'll talk about some interesting topics, see what you all's preferences are, how you might be raised, where you from, all those different things. So the first one.
Who raised you?
Exactly. The first one, Allante, I don't know if you saw this, but coloring book or the big day. Chance the Rapper's albums.
Coloring book, hands down. Okay, like hands down. I don't want to tell this whole story, but I went to see Coloring Book twice. Once, yeah, we bought tickets the day of the concert, and when I tell you it was one of the best concerts I've ever been to, like, I love Chance because, well, Coloring Book specifically, because you can pray and turn at the same time, which is like really nice. And I was in there vibed out, and my homegirl, like, it would take my friend Heather to tell you, like, she was like, what? You really like this album, like, you really hype and you really praying. I'm like, you know, I'm having a whole praise break. So Coloring Book, hands down, the big day really wasn't that good, but he had some Chicago vibes that give me like house music vibes that I do appreciate, but that's my choice.
My pick is Coloring Book.
Oh, go ahead.
I too went to that concert in Atlanta. I love that album, so I'm Coloring Book all day.
Okay, that's cool. So I would pick Coloring Book as well, and I actually also went to that concert in Tulsa, Oklahoma, though. Surprised he made that stop, but the whole city was lit when he came. Yeah, but I do want to point out, because Allante, I remember you put this on Instagram one time, and you were talking about how you didn't really care for the big day that much. And I feel like the big day got a lot of flack, but it didn't. But I still like them.
Yes,
And
that's because you are in love. That's why you in love.
Yeah.
You got a wonderful fiance. That's who that album is for.
But
Maybe I need to listen to it later.
We weren't at that point in our relationship at that time.
I know y'all weren't engaged yet, but you were with her. You was planning on marrying her. It gives you very much so like a man in love. I'm not a man in love, so it don't speak to me.
So surprisingly, it also got to me so I was going through a rough work situation at that time too, and I used to listen to that album a lot. Somehow it got me through. Not like on some Big Sean type stuff, but I just like the vibes. But anyway, I just wanted to point that out. Okay, so the next one is completely different from this. Y'all prefer crawfish, lobster, or crabs?
That's difficult for me to pick. I like all three.
Okay.
It kind of just depends.
Okay, if you in New Orleans, what you gonna get? All of it?
This is difficult. All right, so I don't eat that much lobster, so maybe I'll take that off. But I love crab cakes, and I love crawfish too. I'm gonna go with crab, but not crab legs. I don't want to have to do the work. But I'm gonna go with crab.
I'm gonna go with I think I'm gonna go with lobster, because crawfish you can't eat all year round. I mean, you can eat crawfish etouffee, but the crawfish itself is better to get it like right now. Like crawfish season kicked off last week.
It's crawfish season.
So I'm gonna say lobster, but I like all of them.
Yeah, my truly like further up north is showing. I do not like crawfish. It creeps me out. It creeped me out. Like I don't know how to eat it. I also don't know how to eat it. I feel like I've been taught like twice. I'm like, this a lot of work, and it look weird. I don't like it.
It's just like crab legs. Once you get the rhythm, it's easy.
I believe you.
I lived in Bama too long because we used to go to them crawfish broils all the time, and I loved them. Ooh, not me.
But I tear up some crab legs. I love me some crab legs. That's my fave. Lobster, if it's fried or like something, but it's also not as much meat. So I love crab legs. So I could eat crab all day.
I'm going with crab too.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't know how much tequila y'all drink, or if y'all into margaritas like that, but do you prefer sugar or salt rim?
My boyfriend Mexican. We drink tequila, baby.
I do be seeing y'all.
Mezcal, all that.
Well, you take the first Shar. What's your choice?
Actually, when I go to restaurants, I tell them to surprise me because I can do either. But I will say if I have to pick, I'm gonna do salt.
Okay.
If I have to pick.
Gotcha. That's me too. I'm salt.
It depends on the margarita I'm getting. Like if it's a spicy jalapeno, I think I like a little bit of sugar on it just to like sweeten it up because of the spice. But my go-to if I'm like out and like not at a place that has spicy jalapeno is gonna be a regular. I like a salt too. So. But I do enjoy a margarita on the rocks. For sure.
Okay. Cool.
I like on the rocks too. I'm not a frozen girl.
Me neither.
I prefer on the rocks.
Yeah, I like on the rocks.
I don't want to get brain freeze when I'm trying to have a good time.
And it seems like so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so for this last one, would you prefer differential equations or linear algebra?
I'm ready. Diff Q all day. Linear algebra was like that was when I think I was like, okay, whoa, my brain is like, it just wasn't clicking. Diffie Q was hard, but I could like, massage and spend time on it. But linear algebra started to get kind of fuzzy for me. Like, do I need this? Do I need to know this to do my job? And so I'm good on linear algebra.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the math girl. It's interesting because to me, differential equations is nothing but calculus. But to me, linear algebra is just algebra. I'm going with linear algebra.
Okay.
And that's the easiest one. Linear algebra is just lines. I'm going with linear algebra.
Cool. I'm gonna go with linear algebra too. Sorry,
Yay.
linear algebra also. because DiffyQ was a struggle, and I still don't fully understand everything that goes on, because I just know you taking the letters from one side, shifting it to the other side, and then stuff is flipping, and it just didn't make sense. Linear algebra, though, it makes a little more sense because you're dealing with matrices, and
yes.
a lot of that with MATLAB and in my grad program, I did a lot, so I understand it better now. So it makes more sense. And actually, I've been doing some stuff at work, like dealing with Excel, and it's kind of coming back, and it makes sense. Yeah. But I didn't take linear algebra in school, though. Like, I never took like
you never
class.
A lot of engineers, it's not required.
Yeah.
And I noticed it's a gap in there, because I think people miss out on some of just the basic like matrix operations.
Yep.
And so a lot of times I have to review linear algebra. I think now they're trying to start making it a requirement for some programs.
Yeah,
I didn't take it to grad school.
You need those two inside dimensions to be the same. Like, I was over here trying to multiply 3 by 2 by 3 by 7 or something. Yeah, you can't do that.
See, it's getting
like, nope.
Once the matrices and stuff, I was like, in the directional or orthogonal, I was like, I don't want to do no work that requires.
It's not that
Shar,
bad.
I hear you and I believe you.
I can't believe you
need
think
it.
I can't believe you think differential equations is easier than linear algebra.
I do. I think it's easier. DiffyQ, I feel like it's like what, like L'Hopital, something like that, like over there doing those things. Stuff I could remember that. But
you still use L'Hopitals in diff? I didn't know
not
that.
at all. No, I don't use it. I don't use any of it.
Oh no, I'm saying, like, is it in diff, like L'Hopitals? You can use it.
I feel like it was, right?
Okay.
I
remember it in calculus. That was
remember.
my favorite one, because you just took you took the derivative of the top and took it at the bottom, and then you keep moving. Isn't that how that worked? Maybe I just made myself look dumb.
It's a little bit more to the rules, but you got it. It's okay.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Let's go on ahead and move into blowing off some steam. So go ahead and kick that off.
I'm ready for this one. I am ready. So I try to support small Black businesses a lot. All right, because I remember when, all this stuff with the Black Lives Matter was, when all this stuff was happening, I'm like, I want to make my lifestyle a protest, right? So I'm like, I want to start supporting more Black businesses and stuff like that. All right, so I'm going to speak on a specific Black business. I won't say the name, but she has the worst customer service. And I feel like she's always trying to say it's because she's a small business. And it's like, no, you have a horrible business model. And I'm not even in business. All right, so she makes body oils and body butters and shimmer oil and soaps and candles. She makes, along that handcrafted line. And so the key is, hers is different. It's because she has a lot of scents and it smells really good. It's a good product. However, her shipping time, it has taken, at the very least, I've waited 30 business days to get my products.
Ooh.
And this last time I ordered October 16th and did not get my order until February. And so I'm done with her. I'm done. And so she keeps trying to blame the pandemic and tries to say that, the post office, they aren't delivering. But it's like, baby, I watched you take my money on October 16th and you didn't even order the bottles until November. So you wasn't even ready. So she literally she opens up her website, you place your order, she takes your money, then she closes her website, and then she literally, and I think she's from like Pittsburgh or something.
Oh, I don't know her though.
Yeah. and so she literally will say stuff like, if you pay with Stripe, you have to get signature confirmation. And I'm like, I don't know what paying with Stripe is. I'm like, is that another Cash App? She means if you pay with a credit card. And I'm like, is that slang in Pittsburgh? Because I've never heard of Stripe.
Stripe is a payment processor, but that's on the back end. Yeah, a customer don't need to know that.
So, but I've never heard of this, right? And so it's like, if I don't know what that is, and she literally refunds money. So she'll go through her orders and refund money because they didn't pay for the signature confirmation because they pay with Stripe. As if I thought Stripe was a PayPal or a Cash App. Mm-hmm. And then so she takes your money, she refunds orders. So then she orders her oils, her butters, the shimmer, she orders all the fragrance, she orders all her stuff. Then she has to make everything. Then she starts shipping out orders. And she say, I ship out in order that I receive. No, you don't. She ship out the orders. It's like they buy 2 items. She ship them out depending on the least amount of items at first. It's like she's crazy. And she gets on her Instagram and like vents about customers and how people get upset. She took a vacation out of town, Aruba, in the middle of an order. And it's like, I don't have my order. Yeah, and she's like, this been paid for. Trying to say like people shouldn't get mad at her. And it's like, you need a business page and a personal page. Because me, a customer, I do not want to watch you go out, and you have every right, but I don't want to watch you go out of town when you have my money and you have not sent me a product.
It's almost like somebody owe you money, but you see them buying shots at
the bar. And I think 4 months is a ridiculous amount of time to wait for a product.
That's a long
It's
time.
like you have a business model that will not work out. You can't even open up your website to continuously get orders because you're filling like your website is open 2 times a year. It doesn't even make sense. And then before I got my order, she was like, I'm having an extra sale. So all the orders that she canceled or the people will cancel on her, she'll sell those products because she's trying to make the money. And I'm like, baby, how do you have extra when I still don't even have my order? How do you have an extra sale when you haven't fulfilled the basic standard that you have? So I'm so over her. I'm like, I can't support her anymore. And I hate how she tried to be like, black business, support black business. No, baby, you have poor customer service. You need to check your business model and your attitude. Who refunds money? Who does that willingly?
I mean, at least she refunds it. It's not the way you want, but you get it back because there's one place that a friend of me and like 2 other friends got something from, and we never got our apparel, and we also never got our money back. And they also closed their website and all their pages just stopped for a while, and then they came back to life, like resurrected, as if everything was all good. And when we tried to get back in touch with them, nothing.
Ooh, scammer.
But see, so what she says is either you pay with PayPal. She's like, or if your order is over like $100, you don't have to pay for the signature confirmation no matter what. But if it's under $100, you have to pay for a signature confirmation if you pay with Stripe. She refunded my friend her money when her purchase was over $100. And it's like, I paid with Stripe, but it was over $100. You said I didn't have to do that. And she had to write like, oh, let me, so she's like, if you want to place your order again, you can Cash App me the money.
She real shit. Like, I don't even like that Cash App with business stuff. Like, I don't run anything with my business on Cash App. I have a separate business account, so.
I supported your business, by the way.
Oh, yes, I thought that would. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I definitely think it needs to be. I think it needs to be like square or something like that. Something somewhat like official in a sense. Yeah.
She don't have any kind of businesses. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel you. Well, I support your thought process because I feel the same way about a lot of different things, and it's not to like a lot of times people will say, well, you need to support black businesses, be patient. Like, yes, I'm going to support, but that doesn't mean that there aren't areas to improve. You know what I'm saying?
Like, nobody can agree with that.
And I know when I go to a black-owned restaurant, it's going to take an extreme amount of time for me to get my food. No matter what city.
Not always.
No
Not
matter
always.
what city. I don't care. I have not been to one black restaurant where it does not take a long time to get my food.
Not
I'm already
one.
prepared for that.
She been to one.
Are you over here telling stories now? Hold on.
She going extreme.
Right.
I'm telling you.
You over here. Not all. Not all.
From just my small experience. It don't matter what city. I mean, Atlanta, St. Louis. It doesn't matter. It's going to take an hour to get my food, but I still support because I get it. We just haven't figured it out yet. But to me, her business model is just ridiculous.
I got you.
That's funny.
And that's all
It's
I
gonna
have to
get
say
better.
about that.
It's getting better. We're evolving.
You know why? Because I'm not supporting her anymore.
She'll get.
I can buy me some almond oil, and I don't need that shimmer oil. It's okay.
True. All right. Do you feel like you blew off all the steam you had? You feel a little bit better?
I got some more. No, I'm okay.
Cool.